Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. I am Chris.
I am Melba.
And we are Chris and Melba.
Yes, of course we are Chris and Melba.
Yes.
And we welcome you to our video for today. And thank you for coming back.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. If this is your first time, welcome.
Yes.
And if you are from the Philippines, magandang umaga.
Magandang hapon.
And magandang gabi.
And maraming salamat. Thank you for coming to our channel. And we thank you so much for all the new subscribers. We're being blown away every day by how many are subscribing. And we thank you all. We see your comments. If we haven't written a reply to them, just be patient. We will get to them. Yeah, we're sorry. We were trying to stay on top of that, and when you get busy and then the more they come, it's
harder.
It's kind of hard, but we do see them and we appreciate them. So thank you so much.
We both have full-time jobs. Actually, I have two.
So I've got like 3 or 4.
just trying our best to be able to live.
Yeah.
And what else?
I don't know.
No. So when you have questions that I have not answered,
yes, questions,
or whatever comments that I have not replied to, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I will do my best, or we will do our best.
best.
Sometimes he does, sometimes I do, sometimes we do it together. So everything happens in this bedroom. No, I'm just in the computer there, on my phone.
This is where the magic happens.
This is where the babies happen. No, just
any more of those in our future?
No more.
All right.
We already know that.
We're
we
done.
have established that. Yes,
we're done.
Yes,
right?
Unless the miracle happens.
Yeah. So anyway, we are here with this being the last video about us specifically.
So, I mean, for now.
Yeah, for now. I mean,
we want to kind of have you guys know us a little bit deeper before we go into other things, or discuss things that are not about us all the time. So today is probably the last ones that we're gonna have.
Yeah.
Before we do all
you little sad.
No, it's just fun to look back and
it is. It's. I mean, we think you guys have enjoyed the videos, learning our story, and it's been
most of you.
Yeah, most of you, and we've had fun too, because we get to go down memory lane, and as much as we laugh on all these videos, that we really enjoy it just as much as you do. So it's been great.
It's good too, and then now it's immortalized kind of in a digital flat form.
Platform, yeah.
So platform.
Platform.
Me, it's platform.
No, you're not all flat. There be some hills and valleys.
Ooh, hills and valleys.
Anyway.
So what was I saying now?
Hills and valleys.
I know. That's what you were saying, not mine.
What?
Digital.
Yes.
Say that.
Platform. Digital platform.
Digital platform. All right. My P and my F. I'm Filipino.
So, yeah.
But a lot of Filipinos are good at this. It's just some of us, and I'm one of them. Maybe interchange things. So anyway, this is my fish. No, just okay. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. Okay. No. So we left you with our honeymoon.
Yes.
Now we're back to life.
Yep. Back to life. Back to life. Back to reality.
Yay!
Back to living now. Anyway.
We're back to life. We left the honeymoon.
Yep. So we're heading back to Massachusetts. We rented a car and drove back to Massachusetts. And you moved into my...
Of course I have to move in with you.
Yeah, to my little apartment.
And two shall become one.
That's right. And man, how quiet those days were, huh? Remember, we used to eat off of one plate.
Yes, we would eat in one
Yeah.
plate because, like, we have a big plate, we can share, and then we only have to wash one plate. How lazy we are.
Yeah, we were lazy in the old days.
No,
I don't know.
it was
But
just, I don't know.
I
It's
think it
kind
was
of
just the newness of being married and
Yes.
just being. We really were taking that
literally
oneness
Two
literally.
shall become one.
Yeah, and just having that plate. Or was it because I only had one dish? It was just,
I know, because when you were single, right?
only
You don't
single,
have a lot
only
of
had
plates.
one dish, so like, hey, why buy another plate? No.
It's like my brother's like, why build big beds? You know, when you're married, you're gonna be on top of each other anyway.
Yeah.
You'll fit in a single bed. Anyway, so
So-
we would also do some things that are like weird now, but I mean not really weird, but you know, fresh then.
Yeah.
We would take a shower together.
Oh, that's right. The showers. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they took longer than usual. So you know what I mean.
Hey, okay, yes. So these are just. You always want to do that.
Yeah. So
We do a lot of things together. So
and then I had to go back to work, and
Yes.
I remember that day, the first day I went back to work,
oh,
and I had a whole computer set up. You know, I'm kind of a techie guy, into tech, not necessarily being able to know everything, but so I had my whole setup because I do music production too and all of that stuff, and I had it all in one corner of the room. And when I came home that day. Everything that was in one side of the room was all on the other side of the room. And I'm like, what in the world? It's like you had everything hooked up the way it was supposed to be and all that, but it was on the opposite side of the room. And this is like, you know, the desk and everything is like it's like heavy stuff. And
you left it there for a while because you said it's hard to move.
yeah. And then here's this tiny little woman just took everything apart and moved it by herself. Like, did you hire movers when I was gone? Like,
If there's a will, there's grace. There's the grace of
if
God.
there's a will, there's Melba.
Yeah, that's something. Yes. And because I got nothing to do, so I cleaned up the house and I kind of arranged things to make it more efficient and make it more, looking good, better looking.
Yes. In other words, she Melbatized it.
I
It went from a single bachelor pad, like I had bland, straight curtains and everything, and of course actually it's amazing that I even had curtains.
Yeah, green,
'Cause
too,
my-
very, very dark green curtains.
Yes, I remember that. And basically no design whatsoever. True bachelor pad, right? But you just went and put your touches on it. And
I know. I
Yeah.
Melbatized it.
She
He
Melbatized
calls it that. Like,
Yeah.
when there's food and I kind of change the food and make it into mine. So I Melbatized it.
Yeah.
And I jupe it.
Yeah, wonderful. We come up with a lot of different words.
So
Mhm.
we end up also, because your table was so small,
Yeah,
we end up getting a table from, guess what? From Goodwill, a secondhand
right.
store. So, oh no, we didn't do it from Good. This time in Massachusetts, we got it from Salvation Army.
Oh yes, Salvation Army. Yeah.
Salvation Army, which
Yeah.
is going to be a part of our story in a few minutes. Yes. So now
Yeah.
you work, but I'm not working. So, and I have to apply for my Social Security, and the Social Security promised me, well, not really. They told me that within this time you're gonna get your Social Security, and if not, you let us know, and then we'll look into it if it didn't happen. So that time that they have given me came, and there's no Social Security. So guess what I did? I wrote a letter to the Social Security Administration. And I said, you have told me that this time my Social Security is going to be here, and it's not yet here. I have given you more time to see, maybe it will come after, but still no. So now, can you please deliver on your promise? Because I did not come to America to just sit idly by in my little place. I need to be able to contribute in society and help my husband. And guess what Social Security did? They sent me a Social Security just for work only.
Yes, this girl wants to work. They're like, wow, here's somebody coming to the country and they don't want to just sit around. They actually want to work.
That's right. I don't want to.
Which is actually a lot, because I don't want that to sound like people who come to this country are lazy, because they definitely are not. But yeah, you definitely wanted to work. You got sick and tired of being bored and around. But before you
yes,
actually,
while I was waiting,
while you were waiting, what did you do, hon? Before you could work?
We would go to. Yeah. I would go to my husband's work with him, but I cannot really be with him in his office. So guess what I did? I stayed in his car all day long.
So you would sit in the car 8 hours
or more.
Waiting for me to get out of work and just sit in the car. And mind you, this is really before the popularity of cell phones. So.
Yes, so I didn't have anything really. I just sat there.
What did you do in the car?
I don't know. I think I just entertained my thoughts with ideas, and I was dreaming of the future.
Did you have a notebook or something?
No. I think I would sit in the car and just listen to the radio and turn on the air conditioner sometimes, and then I would listen to the radio, and then I would walk around just in the vicinity a little bit, and then come back again, and then he would come down at lunchtime,
and we would sit
there and
eat lunch in the car.
And that's good, because after that he go back, but it's kind of almost time to go home.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing. And I also did one thing.
Yes.
Before I started working, guess what I did? I volunteered in Salvation Army.
Yes.
And guess where they assigned me when I volunteered? They assigned me, not in the store, they assigned me to work in the facility in the back,
the warehouse.
And guess who I was working with? I was working with about 200 recovering addicts.
Most of the men, too.
Yeah, I think 98% of them are men. And there's this tiny little lady working with them.
This tiny little woman there.
But the thing is, I did not feel, I was not scared. I did not feel any hesitation or anything. I went there, and the manager, their boss is there. So, to do something, they get me in trouble.
Yeah.
They're being given another chance, and people are helping them to be able to recover well and go back to normal life. So it was their time there, and we were sorting clothes to sell outside. So there are some things that we have to throw, some things that are for men, for women, some things that are different, like t-shirts, pants, shorts, skirts. Yeah. And then guess what I heard? I heard a lot of stories. Yeah. But I had fun, and because I love being with people, and I love listening to people's stories. So, it was a good time.
And I just remember specifically that a lot of them were when you would say that you're married.
I know, they cannot believe how old I am. Like, are you sure you're 20-something?
So I think some of them probably wanted to scoop up on you,
No. And I said, yes, look, I have a wedding. I have a wedding band. I'm married. They thought I was a teenager. They said, I said, a teenager that is mature. That's what they said. That is mature in my thoughts. I said, well, thank you so much, but I'm married. As a matter of fact, my husband picks me up after his work, so...
Yeah, I would go by and pick you up.
Yeah, but anyway, so...
So then you finally got your...
I finally got my job, my first job. And this is where the favor is returned. So when I got my job, I did not have a driver's license yet. But my husband goes to work early, and he's like an 8 to 5, 9 to 5 schedule. Mine is 3 to 11. So my first job, I was hired as a supervisor in the housekeeping department of one of the hospitals in Massachusetts. Yeah. So now I have employees under me, many employees actually. This tiny little woman have all these big people. Yeah. And I have to travel from the campus, from the hospital campus. They have like 4 wings, 6. How many wings the hospital is? Like, I think 4 wings. And then there's a sports facility on the other side of the city, which I have to travel, but I don't have a car. So my husband would come and eat dinner with me.
Yeah.
With my bosses, actually. And we had fun, hey? They get to know me, they get to know my husband.
Yeah.
And then he would wait there to bring me to the sports facility campus so that I could, examine there and see what's going on, what the doctors need, or which place they would need cleaned, or whatever projects they want. And then I would come back to the other work and my husband is just there waiting for me.
After I would get out of my work, I would go to her job and I would sit and wait for when because she would travel campuses and such, and I would take her to the other campus and bring her back. And I would basically be sitting in the car waiting for her.
Yes, you see?
So she said, the favor is returned.
Together. Yes.
The favor was
you
returned.
sow what you reap. You reap what you sow. I mean.
Yep.
Yes. So we would do that, but he only comes there like after his work. But I have to go to work before you're done with work.
Right.
So I have a neighbor.
You had a neighbor, and I wish I could remember his name. But...
I know, but he was an older man.
Yes.
And he doesn't work, but he drives. So he's volunteered to drive me to work every single day.
Yeah.
And he would drive so fast. I'm a little scared. He's not. I'm very defensive driver, and he's just offensive driver. But he did a favor for me, and we gave him a little bit of money every week. But and we are so grateful. But I remember him all the time. Yeah. Every time it's like, you don't feel good. Maybe you have a little bambino in your tummy.
Yeah, a little bambino.
And that's funny because my schedule goes up to 11, but I do work more than 11 o'clock. Sometimes I go home like almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then my poor husband here would go to sleep, but he has to go to work early. So, but these are the things that you do for the people you love. Yeah. Hey, sacrificial love.
That's right.
Yes, we have to sacrifice things sometimes to show our love or support the people we love.
That's right.
So sometimes Daddy, we come home so late at night, and what do we? What?
Oh gosh. So we would come home and
we hear people.
We hear people that
not even close by. It's like from the gate of the community.
Yeah. Summertime, like a summer night, and
you hear the little crickets, but then
people have the windows open, and then we can hear them doing stuff.
It's so funny.
The honeymooning.
We hear them. I was like, what? Come on, man. Close that door.
Yeah, close that
window.
Yes,
your pillow.
We don't want to hear all that.
We don't hear all that. We're tired. Yes, but those are our experiences, you know.
Yeah.
And what happened next?
Well,
while we were in the apartment.
While we were there in our little apartment, my mom would call.
She lives next town over.
Like 30 minutes from us.
Yes.
And, she would call for things sometimes. But I remember one particular night, it's like 11 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Melba and I are sitting in bed watching TV. And the phone rings, and it's my mom. And she's like, Chris, I heard something downstairs. Can you come over? Like, I think there's something in there.
There's a large... some being in there.
It's like a black... She said, just saw it. It was like a black blur, this thing that just moved down there. Like some kind of animal. I need you to get it. I'm like, can you just call the fire department or something?
Because then they kind of come.
Yeah, they would do it, for wildlife in your house. They would come in. She's like, no, I can't call.
I will not call the fire department for this. I need you to come.
Yeah.
So there you go. Pack up our...
Pack up our quiet evening, and we got to head over to my mom's house to catch... this thing, which turned out to be a squirrel.
A flying squirrel.
And we had trapped it downstairs of her...
In the basement, yes.
In one room in the basement. And it turned out to be quite an adventure.
It was kind of like a hassle, to wake up in the middle of the night and then go there, travel in your car, But we end up having so much fun.
So I'm sitting there trying to catch this thing, and I had it cornered a few times, but then I remember going on the wall. It was like just it just became like the Matrix, with the things running up the wall and defying gravity and just bouncing off the other wall, and then it just spread
and
out.
While this is happening, we're like jumping back
Yeah.
up and down, like, and laughing so hard. So that was so good. And
The thing bounced off the wall and glided away from it. That's when I saw it spread out and it had the flap.
Yes, just like
thing,
a flop.
and it just glided on past me, and I was like, "What in the world? I can't get this thing."
And then I said, like, honey, come on. You be a big man. Come on, get that thing. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? Let me do this.
Yeah. So she's thinking I can't grab it.
I thought I can do it because I'm way faster than him, of course. So now, when you don't have a lot of paraphernalia on your body, you can move. Sorry.
Paraphernalia
Like
like what? Toned, man. So,
but anyway, I tried to catch it myself, and I end up like the squirrel I caught it, but then it like it's squirmy, and then I throw it away.
She's giving me flack about not catching it, and then she goes, "I can do it," and she goes to grab it. She's like, "Ah!" She did the.
Yes.
And then you started laughing. We were just laughing.
So it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we finally caught it. We got it underneath a bucket and slid like a cardboard or something underneath it. Trapped it and drove it out to the woods far from the house and let it go. So that was a time.
Yes, we drove far.
Yeah.
After that, we had to go somewhere really far from the house and release it in the wild. I don't know. I think it came back.
Yeah.
Because we always hear things in my mom's,
Yeah.
in your mom's. I mean, I call her mom too. So
Yeah.
in mom's attic, so
Yeah.
or basement or walls. They're everywhere. But anyway, and then we had some early trials,
Yes,
and
we
struggles
did.
in our marriage too. So
Yeah. So
not particularly, you and me, but it's like circumstances and things that happen that you don't want to happen, but it does happen in life,
Yeah. So early on, it wasn't all fun and games.
Yes.
Yeah. So what happened was I ended up losing my job, and I think we were expecting our first child,
And he lost his
and I
job.
lost my job. So we had made the tough decision, even though I really didn't want to do it. But we moved back.
I convinced him.
Yeah,
because
she convinced me.
I'm very practical.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't have a job. Your mom has a how many bedroom house by herself, and I go there sometimes and clean it, her backyard and all, and and then nobody's living with her. She's by herself, so she needs us, and we need her right now. Why don't we just move in there?
Yeah. So that's what we did.
So that's what we did.
Moved back in with my mom, and I guess it helped her out too. So we went in there, and of course,
tried.
Yeah, you started redecorating because, of course, everything is 1970.
1970s has not been touched.
1970, whatever it was.
Everything was like, I don't know, brown and
Yeah.
wallpaper brown and yellow. Yes.
So we went there and we ordered new furniture, and you were painting and decorating and all this stuff. So
Yes.
try to get up the code for our tastes, right?
That's not good of me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have. No, because when I asked her, she would do whatever you want. She didn't say
She didn't
anything,
really care.
So, but then first one Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
I asked him, asking me what gift do I want, and I said,
Yeah.
"Can you please get me a chainsaw?"
Yeah.
For Christmas gift, could you get me a chainsaw?
This little woman wanted a chainsaw.
And then my mother-in-law got so scared. Because when my husband lives, it's just, you go for work, it's just me and her in the house.
Yeah.
And then eventually we had our baby, so the three of
Yeah.
us, but she
Yeah.
got scared.
Yeah, but I got her for Christmas. I got her a nice little baby chainsaw.
Baby chainsaw, which I enjoyed having, and I used it a lot.
Yeah. So my mom's house was surrounded by woods, which is why we had the squirrel in the house. But so she had this grand idea, to cut down a lot of the wooding in the area so that
The little trees, at least.
little trees to make a garden.
Or some big thing.
Yeah. So she wanted to make a garden.
Yes,
right?
I did.
Yeah. And that was working out great. I would come in and help her, when we were on the weekends and stuff.
And it was not the garden was not as successful because
Yeah.
there's so many. The shades doesn't help the garden because
Yeah.
there's so many. Even though I cut a lot of trees, the smaller one and the medium trees, there's still big trees with leaves. So the shade is still covering, and plants without the sun, it doesn't grow. Of course, everybody knows that.
Yeah. Yeah. But then one time you saw a snake, and then that was it.
No, Daddy, I called him like, Daddy.
Yeah, she called me. I'm like, I saw a
I
snake.
know a snake outside. I was like, oh, I wanted to do and clean, but I did. I cleaned them all. I kind of not as fast. I continued, but I was more careful. And sometimes when there's like something there that's kind of piled together, I kind of do them a little bit with a stick before I go in there.
Yeah, which is smart actually.
Yes, and a successful cleaning of the house. Successful.
Yeah.
And the front I planted some flowers, which I enjoyed. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Yes, and spent some money buying plants. We could have used the money to help Mom more with bills.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But then we did.
Yes, she lost his job,
Yeah.
and it was a struggle because I wasn't working. So, and then when you lost your job, you went to study.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He got unemployment
Yeah.
for a period of time,
Yeah.
and while he was getting unemployment, he went to take what?
I did CNA. I had the grand
Funny.
I had the grand thing in my mind, this grand idea that okay, I would become a CNA, and then from that I would go up to become a nurse, to get the big money. And I did the program, and I was successful at it. I made it through the program.
You get a lot. You actually like perfect. Oh, like
Yeah.
the test.
Yeah, I did all the tests there, and then we get to our last thing before we become CNAs. A week of
Clinical.
a week of clinical
Practical application, right?
Yeah, yep. So they set us up. We had to do a week in a nursing home,
And he comes home every day like, oh, I don't know.
and I was assigned to one guy. I remember him. He was a pharmacist, retired pharmacist, who was in the nursing home, and I mean, I had to take him to the bathroom, change him, and all of this stuff. And I think we got to like the last day of it. And I had to do his catheter, and I was like, nope.
I don't think I can do this.
I was like, nope, not doing it.
Yes. But that was an experience.
It was an experience.
At least you know what you can and can't,
Yeah.
or what you can tolerate and not tolerate.
Yep.
And then, lo and behold, you found another job. So, by the grace of God, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
God make you go through certain things for a reason,
Yeah.
And most of the time, he said, you be patient in your afflictions, be joyful in hope, be patient in your afflictions, because he says, like, the testing, these trials, they make you strong,
Yeah.
and they help you develop patience.
Yeah.
But he's a very patient man anyway.
Yeah. But sometimes not so patient. As I said, there were some other trials that we went through early on in our marriage.
And we're probably going to live them with this.
Yeah,
Yes.
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 So we would have little, and I still can't even remember what it was about, but we did have little disagreements.
Yes, because like
Different points of view on things.
pretty much even our early marriage are kind of peaceful.
Yeah.
We're very peaceful because we don't really argue.
Yeah, yeah.
We talk a lot.
Yeah, but when she wouldn't agree with something that I said or whatever, she would get quiet. And I would,
Yes, go ahead.
yeah, I would be like, huh, what's wrong? What did I do? What? I'm sorry. I'd be like, I'm sorry. And she'd just not want to talk.
No, but to make it clear to everybody, when this happens, it's not because you're mean. It's always because maybe why you didn't do this, or
Yeah.
why you said that,
Right.
or why you didn't say this. Those
Right,
little
exactly.
petty things.
Those little things, which is why we can't even remember the specifics of certain things that happen.
So it's not even worth it because you can't even remember.
That's right. But those are the things you deal with. Not just us, but a lot of people deal with in marriage. That the littlest things will seem bigger.
I know, if you don't know how to handle and manage the situations, like how sometimes they ask us. Let me go a little bit here on the other side, like they were asking, like, you're gonna do videos on YouTube, and you're gonna open yourself out there for not just positive comments, but also negative ones. And there are some comments that maybe we just took it wrong or whatever. But some people say, "Oh, you are too boring,"
Yeah.
So
Oh, we're snooze fest. Okay.
no,
We're
but
just talking.
But
Yeah.
for some people, sometimes I feel like I'm boring to, or me and my husband are boring to a lot of people, or to so many people, because right now we are very content in being at home. We don't do a lot of things. Maybe because we don't have a lot of resources or money to go to so many places too. And the best is yet to come. Not yet. Yeah. But also, I think sometimes people don't understand that there's like people like us. We find joy being together, and no matter where we are, like we could just be at home, just
and
talking.
Have a great time.
We can be at home. That's why we stay home, because home is peace, home is joy, home is comfort.
For a lot of people, some people, they don't find joy at home, and so that's why they're always out. They're always out
or there's some people too who like being out.
Or
Not
like being
necessarily
out.
They don't find joy here.
I do like going out too, but
yeah, you're ready every Saturday. Every Saturday,
a lot of things we have to do.
Ready to go.
But just want to say that, just for the record, we are not boring. Even if you don't hear us talk, you
That's
don't see
your opinion. Some people might be boring to us. So.
But we do a lot of things that people don't know about, and that I think would be really exciting.
No.
But that's neither here nor there. Anyway.
But anyway, so where were we? Oh yes. One of the times that my husband, when he was younger, or before he even married, he would walk.
Oh yeah, I used to take long walks. Every weekend, I'd be like Friday and Saturday nights, like 10 o'clock. That was my time to walk. I would go and I would put on my headphones, listen to music, and I would just walk.
So one time when I was quiet, and we can't remember why.
Yep.
My husband kept pressing on to appease me, and I'm just still there, quiet. I don't say anything. I don't respond to him. I'm just quiet. And when he hugs me, I just don't hug him back.
Yeah. So cold.
So cold. I'm sorry.
Why are you so cold, woman? So anyway, okay, you don't want anything to do with me. I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to walk. And so that's what I did.
So he walked.
Because my walking time, even before we got married, it was not only just exercise, just to go in and get my walk and listen to my music. It was a way to clear my head, to think about things and contemplate things. And so I was taking this time to think. And so I walked, and
he walked.
And I walked.
And then his walk got longer.
Yeah.
And longer.
I don't know how long I was gone. But...
And I think you were gone for like more than 2 hours.
Wow.
So, but the area where you're walking is far too. So, you think it's short when you're driving. Yeah. But when you walk, it takes a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
And when somebody's counting, it seemed like forever.
Yeah.
But when you're the one walking, you don't really realize that you've been walking for a while.
Yeah. So.
It so happened that my mom's
aunt, my mom's sister.
Your mom's sister.
No, twin sister. Yeah.
Yes, your aunt, Aunt Chinera, was there. And she was concerned because she asked me, "Oh, I have not seen Chris for a while. Where's Chris?" And I said, "I don't know. I think he walked." And he said, "Is he okay?" I said, "I think so."
Liar! No.
I think so, because you did not tell me that you're gonna walk. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
But I know that you kind of walk when you're not feeling well or whatever. So now I think he walked. But I said, "Why is he still not here?" And I said, "I don't know. And I don't think you have phone." Or I don't know why you didn't have phone. So there's no way to communicate. So, without telling me, my auntie or his auntie called the police.
So here I am. I'm at the end of my walk. I'm walking. I said, "Okay, I'm going home now."
Not yet, because they were with me first before you found out.
Okay.
Yes. So the police came, and guess what the police did? They pulled me to the basement and had to, what do you call that? Interrogate me. They were asking me questions. This is like, why are they asking me questions? I think they're trying to find out if we have something happen between the two of us, and that would make him just go off and whatever, so they're trying to investigate. And they would ask me as like, so did he lay his hands on you? Did he hurt you physically?
What?
Did he all those questions? And I kept saying no, because we don't even argue, we don't even fight, we don't even raise our voices to each other, so I don't know. No. So everything they ask me about him that they think that he might have done to me or whatever, I said no. And I don't know why they assume that I am you are the aggressor.
That's technically, basically
Men,
what they always think, that men are the ones that start stuff with it.
When I'm the one that's like not really.
You think of domestic disputes,
So there you go. They just keep asking me all these questions. I just said no. And my husband is so kind. He doesn't do anything to me. He's just very loving and all these things. But whatever, just tell him that he was trying to appease me. But I think he walked because he can't appease me. I'm just quiet. I'm not talking to him at the moment.
So then I'm finally coming home from my walk, and as I'm walking towards the house, I see the police cruiser in the driveway with the lights flashing. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? Is everybody okay, Bert? I'm thinking, is everybody okay? Like, what am I walking into here?
Yes, were you scared, Daddy?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, because the police, something might have happened.
Yeah, something could have happened too. But I had no idea. So I get in, and there's the police, and of course now it's their turn to interrogate me. And so they are asking me the same things, and it went from a policeman interrogating somebody who could be potentially a suspect, to the police officer becoming a therapist. Because at this point I was talking about, no, it's just that I don't know what I did, I'm trying to talk. And I start crying and all this stuff, and then the police is like, well, women sometimes can be like.
And I know that before, in those early like couple of years of our marriage, like when I go to that quiet mode, my husband would get frustrated, and he start blaming himself, and he feels like he's not good enough, that I'm not. Oh, Daddy, you are so good. You are good. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we got it all worked out, and
the police left, and that's it.
And then that was it.
But then we also, this is gonna be our, this is the end of our video. It's getting so long, but it's we're gonna leave you this because it might help you in your own relationship and your own struggles, whatever struggles you have. And we talk that when I'm quiet, it's like he goes to walk, and he thinks about things, and he meditates, and he listen to music to think. When I'm quiet, I'm doing the same thing. And I told them, when I'm quiet, I am talking to God to help me process whatever I'm feeling, and I'm talking to myself to get rid of that feeling after a while, so that I could go back to him, whole and pure, and don't have that any feeling. So now that we have been clear with each other that this is what is going on, our relationship got easier, and it wasn't bad, and it wasn't hard anyway. It was those few moments,
little things that we don't even remember.
But now is
and now I can't get her to shut up.
I know. And what do? I do, Daddy, when I talk.
It will be 5:00 in the morning. I'm dead asleep, and she'll just turn over and go, "Hey, hun, that."
I'm sorry.
I was talking to so and so the other day, and I'm like, what?
I don't even ask, honey, are you up?
She don't even ask if I'm awake. She just start talking.
Sometimes I blurt things out because I will forget if I don't, and I want him to
whatever's
hear
on her brain just
know.
Comes right out.
Yes, but
so
that's our few years of marriage.
So that's us. You guys know us better than we know us now.
So we thank you for for being with us. And
Yes.
we had our baby, and
Yeah.
we eventually, when she was 2, I went back to work, take a part-time job when my husband comes home, and that's it. And then we moved to here in Georgia.
So we're here. We're in ATL.
We're in ATL.
And we're here for you guys. Everything marriage related, relationships.
Maybe we might be able to help you.
We might be
can
able to
ask
help
us
you.
questions. And...
We know a little something. You know?
Yes.
Keep commenting, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. And
yes, and remember,
love never fails.
That's why we are here, and
Yeah.
we continue to, to enjoy the love that we have for each other, because we do our best to put God and to put love in the center of our relationship.
Amen.
Because we know that love never fails.
That's
so
right.
just keep on loving everybody.
Yeah.
Just keep on loving.
All right.
Keep on loving. All right.
We love you guys. Peace.
Thank you so much. Bye. God bless
Bye.
you.